Assalamu alaikum guys, and welcome back to another video. It has definitely been a while since we've actually sat down properly like this, isn't it?
Ages.
It's been forever. Obviously I know we've been vlogging here and there, but I don't feel like we've been consistent. So I'm here to tell you. Go on, what you gonna say?
I was just gonna say our first video of 2023.
2023, first video, alhamdulillah. But I just wanted to tell you that inshallah 2023 we are here to stay, we are here to grow inshallah, and we are here to create so much more content for you guys.
Hold us to account, guys.
Yes, hold us to that, because I'm the worst for it. But you know what? We're just gonna go for it, aren't we, babes?
Yeah, banger today, aren't we,
yeah,
babes?
we've got a banger today. So we've got loads of juicy questions, and we're gonna answer all of them for you guys. You've probably seen a little bit like a snippet, like an idea what kind of questions these are by the front cover of the video. So you will have an idea what kind of questions these are. So sit back, relax, get yourself a drink, and yeah guys, let's get into it.
Okay.
So then, what have you got?
Question number 1. How has having a baby changed your life?
Alhamdulillah, of course, having a baby Zakaria has changed our life for the better. Amazing, alhamdulillah. Obviously, it just comes with a lot of responsibilities, and you know, I'm still Ebony, but my life is not the same whatsoever, at all. It's made me grow up. It's made me mature.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really made me mature, made me into a woman, made me have to get my shit together. Do you know what I mean? It's really had to make me kind of I won't say man up, because you know, but you know what I mean, woman up, really woman up. I wouldn't change it for the absolute world.
For me, literally having a baby is the biggest blessing of my life. When I tell you my life has changed for the better, it's like we're living for our son now. Do you get what I mean? Basically,
everything you do now is for your son.
As a man, I want to provide, and I've always wanted to provide for my wife, but now it's anything I make in this life, I want to make it for my son. Straight facts. I just want my son to have everything, inshallah. And I want him to be a beautiful Muslim. How has it changed? So if we're talking about the crooks and the crannies of it, I mean, from my side, it's time, guys. Honestly, it's such a big responsibility. You can't just live your life. Ebs will know this. You've got responsibilities. You can't just, have a lie-in in bed. You can't just, have a lazy day, because it's on Ebony's side. Alhamdulillah, she's a beautiful mom. She, she does a lot of stuff. And let's say, when I'm at work, she has to wake up and she can't just have a lie-in, because she has to
as much as you want
look after him. She has to cook for him. She has to, cater to his needs constantly. We both have to do that, and it's you can't just live your life as you want. You can't
just get up and go.
Yeah, it's mad.
About your day and do whatever you want to do. Do you know what I mean? It comes with a little baby now.
For me, there's a lot of pressure mentally. I can't lie. I feel like becoming a father, there's so much pressure to it. Even though, alhamdulillah, we live such a beautiful life. Regardless of how good you are or what's going on in your life, you can have nothing going on at all, there's still that pressure. You wake up, you go to work, you come home, and you're constantly thinking is this okay for my family? Am I doing enough for my family? How can I better my family's life? Am I being a good role model for my son? Am I looking after my wife at the same time? Am I giving her the time she needs? There's so much going on, because it's I have to look after my son, but then I want to look after my wife. You can't forget about each other, and it's that time, isn't it, babe? It's that time.
Time is so precious now.
It's so easy to just get lost in the mix of it, and forget about each other. Because we're so we're just literally focusing on Zakaria, you can just end up forgetting about each other, forgetting about, going on your date nights.
That's why it's important to go on your date nights, and so important to make time for each other, because you have to remember you two are still married. You two are the foundation. If you two are good, then your child is good, your children are good. It all starts with you two, and you two need to be 100% for your baby to be 100%.
Yeah.
I also want to touch base on basically similar to what Hassam said about having to think about everything, and like I feel like as mothers we do that too. We having to think, is the laundry done, is the pots done, is this done, has Zachary ate enough, has my husband ate, has the house been tidied in the living room, and like those little things, like literally there's like a list in your brain and it just ticks off, and it's like you have to always remember to do things, and it's like sometimes it can get so overwhelming.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, it's normal, we're all human, and not everything's easy in this life. So yeah,
there's so much more we can say about this one, but we'll move on to the next question, guys.
So this one's for Hassam.
Question number 2.
Question number 2. Do you guys find periods gross?
What? I'm joking, man. Come on, like we're all mature here. I mean, since obviously I've been married to Ebony, then.
You're so weird.
I'm joking, but on a real, obviously not. Like, come on, man. If you do, then you need to pattern up. Like, what's wrong with you?
It's natural.
It's a natural thing. Like, yeah, like your wife can be mardy and you know all of that stuff, and it can be jarring. But you just gotta go through it, and it's life, innit? Like, what can you say?
There you go, guys. When will you next try for a baby?
Ooh.
When will we next try for a baby, babes?
So what? We're in January 2023. For me, I would say
it's not for you though, babes. It's for both of us. You know what I mean? So, Anyway, we're thinking. So
what time? No,
not right now.
What are you thinking?
No, we're not right now. But inshallah, we want to speak about this. We know we have. So not right now, but inshallah within. I don't know, it's not right now.
That's not answering the question.
Not this year.
So that's her. That's
originally we were thinking
her decision. Then I will say what together, I'm thinking.
But then we was like, push it a bit further.
So then what are you thinking? When are you thinking?
I don't know timescale, whenever Allah wills, but inshallah not right now.
She's not answering the question. Let me answer it for you. I'm saying next week still.
So weaky, this guy.
I'm joking. But on a real, I would say anything after January 2024. I'm happy with anything after January 2024. Then I'm alright.
Beginning of next year. We didn't know, inshallah. But you know what? We can't put a time scale on this because imagine we just get pregnant. We
didn't plan the first. So these things can like.
Always, do you know what I mean?
These
if
things
it happens,
can
it
just
happens.
happen.
If it doesn't, it doesn't. There you go. Alhamdulillah.
I've got a juicy question here, Ebony. So let me give you some context. So my wife, alhamdulillah, she's a revert. She reverted to Islam 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. In March 3 years. So
do you miss drinking alcohol / what was it like drinking alcohol? Astaghfirullah. Toba.
No, I do not miss drinking alcohol.
So what was it like? Like when you used to drink alcohol, what was it like?
Not nice. It's not nice. You can understand why it's haram to get it. You can really understand because it literally takes like your whole. It's like living a dream. Like it's like vivid. Is that the right word? It's like everything's like you're there, you're here. It depends, obviously the limits, but I'm saying you're here. But like I don't know. But the next day you don't feel great. You feel shit. Yeah. So you can understand how it's cold in your body. It's not good. You're not in the right state of mind. All of that stuff. Yeah.
So was it hard to stop drinking alcohol?
Not at all. I was never like a big drinker really at all anyways. But no, it wasn't hard to stop drinking alcohol. I know I don't miss it. Okay, should men clean around the house? Yes, they should. And anyway, you should know how to look after yourself, know how to clean, know how to cook, just as well as a woman.
I'm trying to send shots at me. Chill out. Guys, I don't know what she's on about. Obviously, I do clean around the house. I try help as much as I can. A good clean. Like, I'm not actually a good, like, genuinely, I'm not a good cleaner. So it's like I clean and Ebony's never
Maybe
happy with my
clean,
cleaning.
and
So
like
it's like when I clean, it's like, what's the point? Because half the time she'll be like, oh, you've not done this, blah, 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 you're not done that.
Okay.
So,
my version of cleaning to his version of cleaning, two completely different things.
And this is the problem, guys. So like, you can do all the cleaning, but they'll always find a reason to say their cleaning is better. But you should always help out as much as you can. That's facts.
Of course
that's facts. Like if you've got the time, try help out your wife. But it's about a balance. Like there's stuff I hate to do, or Ebony don't mind doing, and there's stuff Ebony doesn't like. She don't like prefer to do. So you mix and match it. Do you need to be financially ready to marry? What's your view on that?
Okay, should you be financially stable before marriage? I feel like you shouldn't be broke because, you know what I mean, marriage comes with a lot of like moving out, getting out of house, and you now come as a pair, and like, you know what I mean, it's not all fair for like one person to be broke and one person to be just having to like not really there yet as well, and then having to like pick up that baggage, and then, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not, I feel like you should have like money behind you, but I do also feel like baraka comes in marriage. I suppose it's like what level of what your financially stable kind of thing is. Sometimes men have a lot of pressure, so they feel like they have to get more in terms to look after, like have the life the woman wants. Do you get it? It depends what kind of life you wanted to have. But I feel like you can always work from the bottom, do you know what I mean, together. Like you come as a pair now, you're going to work hard together to get what you need to get together. I
kind of disagree and agree with what Ebony said. So I guess for me, answering the question, do you need to be financially ready to marry? From my position, there's two main things. Number one, similar to what Ebony said, when you get married, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know, he puts so much barakah into your life.
Yeah.
So it's like, I hear a lot of, you know, even like people that are close around me, they say to me like, oh no, I want to have X before I'm married, or I want to have like X amount of money saved before I'm married. And it's like, I kind of disagree with that, because when you get married, especially if you get, this is a key thing, if you get married to the right person, it don't matter if you're on X or if you've got an X amount saved, because that person will love you and you'll build together. It's about having that trust and communication and understanding with each other, like learning that you're going to grow. I would say there's a very key point, and that is you have to be open and honest before you marry your spouse. So you have to, finance is one of the main things you need to talk about before you marry.
Before you get married.
Like, it's one of the key topics you need to talk about. For example, if you're, you know, if you are planning to move out, how are you going to manage your financial responsibilities? Actually getting married, do you need to be financially ready / financially stable? No, personally, I don't think you do. It's a bonus. Don't get me wrong, it's a bonus, but at the end of the day, it's about love and trust.
It's about love and trust.
We're Muslims, so for me, I understand like the husband's role and the female's role in terms of, obviously one of the duties that a man has is obviously he needs to provide for his family, he needs to take care of his family. He's ultimately the main breadwinner. That's how I see life. I'm a quite traditional guy, so you obviously need to have a plan to make sure you are going to get financially stable to provide for your wife. Because at the end of the day, when you go to ask for your wife's hand in marriage and her father's, you know, he's there, it's one of the main things he's going to be concerned about. Like, he wants to know that you're going to look after his precious daughter. Like, he loves his daughter. This is his princess in his life. Like, you can't just turn up and just say, you know, no, actually, you know, Allah's going to give me barakah.
But I don't have anything.
But if you turn up there and you say, you know, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, or I'm getting my degree and I'm gonna be doing this after, or I'm doing an apprenticeship. Yes, like, it doesn't provide the best wage now, but at the end, when I qualify, I'm gonna be on X amount of money. That's a sort of moves you can make. So don't wait to be like this, to have this salary or to have this amount saved, but be financially prepared mentally. So that's the key thing. Be financially prepared mentally. But actually, in real life, just go with it, and inshallah, you guys, you know, you pick the right spouse.
Thoughts on a second wife?
Come on, man, I don't need a second wife, man. I've got you.
Like,
that is simple. Like, realistically, back in the days when our prophets used to have more than one wife, there was a realistic reason for that. Whereas now we live in modern society, alhamdulillah, I can't physically understand, or I mean, I can't mentally understand how you're able to love more than one person. So
yeah,
I struggle with the concept of having more than one wife. I mean, I would never want that personally for me. It's not for me. I'm happy with my wife. She's more than enough for me. I can't, more than enough for me.
My thoughts is no. What do you do if you want kids and your potential husband doesn't? Key thing here, it says potential husband. So I think before you get married, you both need to discuss what you want. If you're gonna go into that marriage and you know that one of you doesn't want kids, I think it's quite unfair. So I think obviously discuss it, try and work around it. But I think before you get married, definitely need to discuss it.
For me, it's quite simple, really. Like, let's say before marriage, like Ebony said, like if you guys go into the marriage and you decided you wanted to have kids, but then in the marriage, you know, one of the spouse, so either the husband or the wife turns around and say they don't want kids. It's one of them things where it's like, I wouldn't be able to live with that.
Yeah,
like, I would have to literally move on.
No, that way is definitely unfair. Like, because if you're now going, if you now before marriage said, okay, you both want kids, and okay, now you got married now, and then one of you turns around and says, actually, I don't want kids.
Like,
that's kind of like a bit unfair, because you told that person before you wanted kids, and now you're changing your mind. For me, they've now gone and married you, expecting what they expected. Do you know what I mean? There's a lot of controversial things here.
So for me, like, I just think it's one of them principal things where I wouldn't personally be able to expect. So that would literally be like, it's done for me. Yeah. But then you have to also like consider like,
obviously if there's any like medical issues,
that's what I was just gonna say.
Anything that's wrong with them, why they can cause them potential harm.
Like, you'd have to actually
of course, obviously.
You actually have to have like a deep conversation, and you have to talk about like what you guys are willing to do going forward. Are you going to try for a baby, you know, in other ways? I've never looked into it, and then it's like, I guess that's where your communication really comes into play. And Allah provides tests in many different ways. Like, that can be a test from Allah. So let's say if you both wanted to have kids but you can't have kids, then it's a test from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Allah's just testing your love. So then there's other ways. Like, there's so many children out there who need a family, and I'm someone who is I would love to adopt, inshallah, one day. Like, alhamdulillah, we have our beautiful son, and inshallah we'll be able to have like more children as well. But I think in the future, I'm going to have a conversation with my wife, and I will talk to her about potentially adopting. Obviously, we don't know if we will adopt, we don't know if there is a possibility, but I would definitely have that conversation. So we'll have that conversation in the future. Obviously not now. I don't want to adopt now, but in the future we'll have a conversation around it.
Obviously you just have to compromise and talk about things and understand each other, and obviously if they're not going to be the person for you, then maybe think about, I don't know, potentially maybe someone else in the future, like instead. In the future, I don't know. You need to find that person for you. It's important to be on the same wavelength as your partner when getting married. You need to want the same things, because otherwise it's gonna go left.
What's your biggest turn off / ick in terms of like in a man? So, you know, before you met me, what would have been like your biggest turn off?
I'd say a man that's all for himself, a self-centered person, one that's all for themselves, I'd say. I mean, yeah.
Now, what's the most important thing a man should have before asking to marry?
Religion, because we are Muslim. Religion, he needs to be on deen and have good morals, kind heart. I think it's more spiritually, not necessarily what he has, like materialistically. Do you know what I mean?
So
because all that comes from when you get married.
is, so the most important thing a
Deen.
man should have is
Deen.
have his deen close to his heart.
Yes, because once he's got that, then you've got everything. What's it like living with another person?
Oh, this is a good question, guys. So I'm a very independent person. So moving in with somebody and living with another person, never had experience with living before. It's a big shock. It's a big change because you've both got your different ways of doing things, and you find like you find yourself often like, especially in the first year, like getting annoyed at little things. Like there's stuff like I would do, there's stuff that she would do that you both just get annoyed at. Obviously, like learning to share a space with another person. So like you're sharing a bathroom with somebody. Obviously you share a bathroom with your siblings if you grow up, but you know, it's much more intimate. It's like, it's learning to create your own space. For me, I've got my little man cave where I play my PlayStation, my Warzone, I do my work, my office when I'm working from home. Like that's my own space, and I think you need to create your own space. Like Ebony loves our bedroom, but it's basically her bedroom. Like
I've always been a bedroom person, haven't I?
It's literally basically her own space. That's where she feels most comfortable. She feels most happy.
Our room, when you look at it, it just looks like my room.
And that's fine. Like I've never been a bedroom person, so it's like learning to create your own space. Yeah. But in terms of living with another person, there's obviously all the benefits as well, guys. I've just touched on a few like negative points. Imagine living with your best friend on a daily. Every day. Like you wake up next to your best friend, you go sleep next to your best friend, you come back to home to your best friend. Like you've got your lover, you've got your best friend all at once, all in this house. And you get to share every moment together. You just create like your own little space, your own little thing. Like you learn, because you're obviously with each other 24 hours a day, like you learn to find love in just your presence. Like if that makes sense. Like me and Ebony can just be here doing our own thing, but we're here together, and that's the beauty of it. Before, like you would have your, you know, like obviously before we lived together, like you would have your own thing in your home, I'd have my own thing in my home. Yeah. And like, but when you come together and live together now, you have your own thing in your home. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Our thing now. Do you get it? Is beautiful. Like we have our thing, how we do things together now. Do you know what I mean? Like you're building a home together, and you're learning to grow together in this home. So definitely the pros outweigh the cons. Alhamdulillah. It's like gone. So we're gonna wrap this video up now. I hope you guys enjoyed, and let us know what you want to see from us and any other questions you may have, and if you enjoyed videos like these. And yeah, we shall see you next time. Drop a comment down below what video you guys want to see next, and we will try do a video around that. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Bye.